Hey everyone. All right, so today I'm very excited to show you how to design and build a mobile fitness app from scratch. This is what we're going to build, a fitness app to track your personal workouts. And it used to be that you needed a whole product team with engineers, designers, and PMs to build a beautiful app like this. But I was able to build this after a full day of work just for a few hours last night. And let me show you exactly how I did it. Okay, first, here's a tour of the app that I built. So you can create new workouts, let's say Peter's workout, and you can add exercises to it. So let's say barbell back squat, and let's do 3 sets of 8 reps, and let's also add a warm-up set, confirm. What else should we add? Let's add barbell back rows, same thing, and let's also add barbell bench press. Okay, now let's save the workout. And then once you have a workout, you can click on it and you can track your workout in real time. You can tap each thing to finish a warm-up exercise, or if you did all 8 reps, you can just tap it to complete it. There's even built-in rest periods. And once you track your workout, it will show up on your calendar here. You can click on the date to see all the workouts that you did. So today we did Peter's workout. And there's also settings, so you can toggle between pound and kilograms. You can toggle the rest timer. Yeah, you can see here that this is a pretty complete app, right? And how did I do it? Basically, I built it in 3 phases. So first, I worked with Claude to define the requirements. Next, I designed the app with Pencil, which is an incredible AI design tool that I'll show you guys later in this video. And finally, I built the app with Claude Code and tested it using Expo Go, which is this other app that you can use to test your mobile apps. All right, so let me walk you through all 3 steps one by one. So step 1 is to define the requirements with Claude. So let's go to my Claude conversation here. And this is the initial prompt that I gave Claude. Let's work together on requirements for a fitness mobile app. And I quickly defined kind of 3 screens, right? So add, edit workouts, workout screen that you can use during workouts, and the calendar screen. And back when I was younger, I used to use this app called Strong Lifts 5x5, which is a similar looking app where you can do 5 sets of 5 reps of barbell exercises. And I really loved this app, but the problem is now that I'm older, I can't really lift super heavy weights anymore and progressively just like lift heavier and heavier weights. The likelihood of getting injured is very high. So that's why I want more flexibility. I want to do like 3 sets of 8 reps or some of these other things, right? Okay, so I defined 3 screens, add, edit workouts, a workout screen and calendar screen. So this line is really important. So basically I said, this is the basics, but let's work on the spec together. I want you to stay crisp and clear in the requirements. And if you have any questions, ask them in a number list. It's very important to get Claude to ask you questions because chances are there's going to be some edge cases or some requirements that you missed. And Claude is kind of your junior product manager. You're working with it to create the spec together. So here are some of the questions that Claude asked me. Progressive overload tracking. Do you want the app to auto-suggest weight increases? Rest timer. Do you want to have a built-in rest timer between sets? Calendar interaction, and some of these other stuff down here. And I basically went off and answered Claude's questions. So let's start with manual logging. Unless you can do progressive overload in a simple way. For example, maybe if I complete all sets and reps 3 workouts in a row, you can increase the weight by 5 pounds, right? And here's a bunch of other answers. And Claude asked some more questions before it decided to write a spec. So failed sets, deep logic, pounds or kilogram toggle, and how does data storage work? And I gave it some more directions. And some of these directions are like pretty low quality, right? Like keep that manual IMO. What do you think, right? This is like how I would talk to a real colleague like on a product team, but it's just really fun to iterate on the requirements with Claude. All right, so now it went off and started to write a markdown file. And initially, I don't actually want to write a markdown file. I just wanted to output the requirements in chat so I can take another look. And here it has the requirements. It went above and beyond. It gave an overview of the React Native app that we're going to build. It listed the data model that we're going to have. And then it started talking about the individual screens down here. So here's all the requirements. And let's see what I did next. So down here in the end of its requirements, it has a bunch of additional open questions. And I gave it some more guidance, right? So let's default to 3 working sets. Target reps, let's default to 8 instead of 5x5. For barbell, I have a Olympic barbell. So why don't we just automatically add the barbell weight to the exercise so I don't have to manually input it. And let's do dark only theme. And I also gave it some guidance on the primary color that I want. I like a dark red color. And finally, I asked it to clearly separate out the requirements that are user-facing from those that are more technical, like backend based. Because the next step is we want to get our AI designer Pencil to actually make the screens. And also, I want to give the designer some bandwidth to flex. So I asked it not to go too detailed on design requirements here in this chat. All right. So here is V1.1 of its spec. There's primary color. It separated out the design requirements you can see here. And let's scroll all the way down. And then down here, it has the technical spec. So at this point, we can actually move over to Pencil and start phase 2, which is to get AI to design the screens. Okay, so this is where the magic happens in step 2, which is designing the screens with Pencil. And Pencil is this incredible AI design tool. And I've linked a full tutorial on how to use Pencil, by the way, in the description of this video, where I interviewed the founder on how it all works. But honestly, it's very simple. So all I did was I pasted the design requirements in here in Pencil, right? Where I defined all the different screens. And I set the model to Claude Opus, which I think is the best model for design along with Gemini. And very importantly, I turn on this 6x thing. So we can have 6 design agents work with us at the same time. Okay, so let's go ahead and just submit this prompt. All right, so Pencil's gonna spin up 6 design agents and start making the screens. And I'm gonna skip forward a little bit so we get to the part where it actually happens. Okay, guys, so here is the complete design that Pencil made for our fitness app. You can see here that there is a main workout screen, and then you can edit each workout and add exercises. If I click on add exercise, it shows me a list of 30 odd exercises. For each exercise, I can add working sets and target reps. During a workout, I can track my workouts live by just tapping the circles. And there's a timer and everything here too. And here is the calendar to track how many workouts I did throughout the month. And also I can click on each date to see the details of the workouts. And there's even an exercise history screen where I can see my progression. And finally, there is a settings screen, right? So despite how crappy my computer is, all of this generated, I would say, in less than 5 minutes, right? Which is incredibly impressive. And if I want to make changes, I can just go ahead and continue to prompt Pencil to make changes, or I can make changes manually too. For example, I can change the word bench press here to something else just by entering different text, right? It has a very intuitive kind of Figma style interface over here where I can change the colors as well. All right, so I want to show you guys what's actually going on here, like what's actually happening behind the scenes. You notice that this is a fitness.pen file. So let's actually open this file and see what it looks like. All right, so this is the fitness.pen file, and it looks very messy, right? But all it is a bunch of instructions about the font and where you get this information from. And then there is a bunch of information here about the padding and everything else. It's basically just a JSON file with instructions on color, spacing, and more. And that's why this whole thing is very magical, because it just has everything here in a text file. And AI is really good at reading text files. All right, guys, now it's time to build the app, right? So let's go back to our Claude conversation. And what I did is I told it that I produced the full design, including all of the screens here. So I basically just copy and pasted all the screens. And I told it to write the full technical spec. All right. So here is the design references. It's not Figma ID, it's really Pencil ID. But now it has the full technical spec with the tech stack that we're going to use, the data model, and a bunch of logic around progressive overload. And very importantly, I also asked it to split the spec into 3 milestones, because you don't want to try to get AI to one-shot this app. Maybe I can, but generally what I like to do is split into 3 milestones so that I can test it myself and validate it along the way. So milestone 1 is just to build the skeleton of the app with the full template. And there's a bunch of screens that it's going to make. And then milestone 2 is to build the live workout session screen and the rest timer. And finally, milestone 3 is to add a calendar and exercise history. And there's also a bunch of stuff that's out of scope here. And it's very important, obviously, to actually review the spec, to modify it, to prompt AI to improve it. So for example, I think the custom exercise creation should actually be part of scope. So I asked it to rewrite it that way. And finally, I asked it to create the full spec.md file because we're going to drop this file directly into Claude Code. Okay, so this is the spec.md file. You can see here that is pretty much exactly the same as what we just covered in regular Claude. And by the way, you can generate all this stuff in Claude Code too. I just like to use regular Claude for some reason because I don't actually want to code yet. I just want to create the requirements. And if I'm in Claude Code, it tends to just be hyperactive and want to just code. But maybe just out of habit, I like to define the requirements in regular Claude and then move the building over to Claude Code. But basically all I did was I just dropped this spec.md file into Claude Code. So I made a fitness-app folder and started Claude Code. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I dropped the spec file in. And very important, Pencil has an MCP. So if I type /MCP, you can see that the Pencil MCP is connected, right? And because it's connected, I can say, what's on my fitness.pen right now? And it should be able to connect to Pencil and see all the different screens that we just designed using that app. All right, so you can see here that it's running pencil.mcp, and it's going to get the screens. And here are all the screens that we have. Okay, so now let's go to the actual conversation that I had with Claude late last night building this fitness app. It's funny, I spent so much time building this fitness app last night. I think I slept at 11 p.m. that I actually didn't get a chance to work out this morning. So maybe I actually enjoy building the fitness app than actually doing fitness, but that's just an aside. Let's walk through all this, right? So what actually happened here? So let me actually go down here where I asked it to summarize how we actually built the app, right? Let's take a look. So step one, I told it, you have the spec and designs and the 3 milestones. Do the milestones make sense? What's the first milestones to start with? I want to test along the way. And then it confirmed that the milestones make sense. I told it to build milestone 1. Okay, so what it did was it screenshotted each design from the pen file. And then it ran Expo app to install the dependencies and start building out all the screens. And step 3 is to get it running on the device. So basically getting it running on my iPhone. You have to download this app. It's free. It's called Expo Go to get it running on your iPhone. And you can use iPhone mirroring to see it on your computer as well. But this honestly took a lot of iteration. One of the most painful parts of coding, even before this whole AI thing, is just installing the right libraries and dependencies. So I had to actually go back and forth with it for about 20 minutes to figure this out. Basically, the Expo SDK 55 wasn't actually compatible with the Expo Go app, which only supports SDK 54. So I had to basically figure out with Claude and downgrade to 54 so that the app actually runs on my iPhone and on here. And then there's a bunch of UI bugs and other issues like the dial pad covering the screen so that I can actually edit the number of sets. So I basically went back and forth with it for a little bit. And then we built milestone 2 and milestone 3. And last but not least, we did a polish pass. And the polish is basically just look at the fitness.pen UI file and some of the spacing and the UX looks off. Do a pass, look at the code to make sure everything looks clean. This is not super scientific prompting, right? I'm just kind of looking at the app, playing with it on here and seeing if it has any kind of mistakes or UI cleanup that we need to do. And last but not least, I created a GitHub repo here, and I told it to commit everything into the repo. So basically all 6,400 lines of code covering 8 screens so that in case we screw it up later, we can always revert back on GitHub. All right. So that's basically the full app. And you can see here that it basically works. And I can already use this to do my personal workouts. I think my next step here is to actually get it on the App Store. To do that, I have to pay, I think, $99 to become an Apple developer. And just ask Claude to walk me through how to do this. So let's go ahead and actually prompt Claude. How do I get this on the App Store or test it myself without having to keep Expo Go running all the time? Right? So, if you have any kind of questions, things you can't figure out, just ask Claude. Claude is your best teacher. It understands everything. All right, so 2 options. You can do ES build, which doesn't require Xcode, or you can just submit it to the App Store. So yeah, this is probably what I'll do next. I'll do the ES build so that I can get the app installed on my phone, and then I can do my personal workouts. And if I want to make this better, I want to improve it, make it more stable, then I can actually submit it to the App Store. And maybe I can even make some money from this. Who knows? All right. So let's go back to here and recap what we did. So first, we defined the requirements with Claude, right? There's a long conversation that I had here with Claude, going back and forth on the requirements. And the important thing to remember here is that you want Claude to ask you questions so you can answer and work out the requirements and edge cases. And then we asked it to clearly split out the design requirements from the technical requirements so that we can paste design requirements into Pencil and get it to build the screens, right? And maybe we can do some iterations here to make the screens better. But honestly, it did an incredible job in one shot. And last but not least, we built the app in Claude Code and tested it in Expo Go. So basically, we asked Claude to generate spec.md that we copied into Claude Code. And then we used Pencil MCP, which should just be available by default if you have Pencil installed, to connect Claude Code to the Pencil file so that it can look at all the designs and build the app. And very important here is I like to build it in 3 phases so that I can test along the way instead of trying to one-shot everything in one go. So I want to make this tutorial because if I can build this app in 2 hours at night after a full day of work, then there's really no excuse for you not to go out there and build stuff yourself. It's become so incredibly easy and so fun. We should all be builders. And don't wait for someone to explain it to you. Just ask Claude for help and figure it out yourself. And of course, if you enjoyed this practical tutorial, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel so I can make more tutorials like this. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.